You know what? If my vlogs keep trending this way, and I keep talking as much as I do and answering this many questions, I'm either gonna need to not upload via webcam anymore, or these things are going to end up being broken into like 5 pieces, and we don't want that to happen. So maybe next time I'll just record on my HD camera ahead of time and then just send it out there. But this is so simple, you know? Just so simple to just say, hey, start recording now, and there it goes. I kind of like it this way. Alright, what's my next one? Okay, I already answered that one. Gosh, now I feel like I'm starting to take a dead air. Alright, One Shoed Wonder 216 asks, I was wondering, when are you going to do another bitchcast? And they're referring to a podcast that I was doing with Otherworld Steve and Mark Swint, the engineer, and Zero Reynolds. And we've only done a small handful of those. It was just recently brought up by Mark that we're planning on doing another one again, although we're not really sure when. It's really kind of all up to Mark. He's the guy that really holds the reins to the broadcast, and I'll just let him keep it in his hands because I really trust the guy, and he knows what he's doing. He knows how to own a show. He also is pretty much the reason why Kyle Abear's podcast, the Big Bald Broadcast, is able to even get off the ground from week to week. So it's really up to him, but it was brought up like yesterday that, hey, we're going to do another one soon, and so I was like, okay, just let me know when that's going to be. So when I find out something, I'll be sure to let you know. What do we got next? We've got from Gomer21XDX. Good to hear from you, Gomer. He's got a question or two for me, apparently. How open are you to doing crossover videos with people outside the main That Guy with the Glasses contributors, assuming that you have time to do so? Will you ever do a Let's Play style series, and if so, what games would you do? And a nonsensical question for you, how many times would a blue hair have to spawn to match the amount of hair on Doug Walker's head? Okay, let's start with question number 1. Crossover videos with people outside of Togoatiga? Are you talking about yourself? Because I wouldn't mind doing a crossover with you. It'd have to be pretty heavily discussed, but I'd sure listen in. I listen in to just about anybody's suggestions, and I'm sorry if I don't respond to absolutely everybody. Man, I used to always hate, like, the YouTube celebrities or video celebrities who'd be like, I just don't have time to respond to all these emails. Yeah, I'm running out of time to respond to all these emails with, you should do this, we should do that. And there's just so many, I'm so sorry. But no, if you give me something like really detailed and really thought out and something really intelligible and it's really legible and very in English, then that's going to jump straight up in my priorities, and I would totally listen in on any ideas that anybody has. So the next question of, will you ever do a Let's Play style series? I've thought about it. As it is, I kind of do these World of Warcraft broadcasts with a group, and that came out of the idea that, there's just not enough multiplayer Let's Plays out there. And it ended up being not exactly a Let's Play. But I would probably do Japanese RPGs. I was thinking about doing the Sailor Moon RPG, Another Story. Or I really, really like and am really good at the Aladdin game for the Super Nintendo. Somebody actually made a Let's Play for me for the NES version of that game, which is almost an exact copy of the Super NES version of that game. It's like the only platformer that I can truly say I'm really good at, and I can beat it in like 30 minutes or more without hardly a death. So, and I can get one of the special endings. I can't say that about like any other games though. I love games, and I'm such an avid gamer, but I'm not good at my games. I feel like such a loser. So this nonsensical question that he gave me after this, how many times would a blue hair have to spawn to match the amount of hair on Doug Walker's head? Well, how long does it take to grow a new follicle of hair? Gosh, what's a good answer? Enough to... Enough to grow from here to here? Because his hair is kind of doing this, and it's kind of coming back here. He's made a slightly balding joke before. God, he's going to kill me for talking about his hair thinning. This much, okay? This much. I don't know. You really got me there. Yeah, you really got me there. Next question. My right buttock asks... Great, now you've got me on camera talking about my butt as though it's speaking. Thanks a lot. In my opinion, you should not cut back on your chit-chat. If your vid goes into 2 parts, so be it. The stories and trivia you add to your vlogs make your videos more interesting for me. Will you be vlogging your trip to Japan at all? I enjoyed your vids from your last trip a couple of years ago, and from a couple of years ago, I think it was now. Well, I sure didn't exactly vlog it very well, but I filmed just about everything, and I do have 2 or 3 Japan videos coming out. I don't know that I'll put any of it on YouTube. Most of it will most likely be going to thatguywiththeglasses.com, but it'll be there, and I have footage from Japan, so definitely you're gonna see some sort of documentation of what I did there. So it's not exactly a vlog, but it's kind of similar. And finally, from the text questions, got AF9020, who asks, have you ever considered doing a video as Marsman, and if so, would it be a sketch or a review of something? And so you know about Marsman. Okay, well let me explain Marsman to those people who don't really understand Marsman. And I guess it was 2007. I went to IkiCon, an anime convention in Austin, Texas. And there was a crossplay panel, and they were talking, of course, about cosplaying the opposite gender to yourself. And they took me as an example, and they did makeup for me, and they gave me like a nice 5 o'clock shadow. Looked really awesome. I totally looked like a dude because, I don't know, people think I'm like halfway there already for some reason. I guess I can't blame them. My voice is pretty deep. Anyway, so I then dubbed myself Marsman. There's a photo of me out there somewhere, and I don't know where it is. I've been looking for it, and I haven't been able to find it. If you find it, send it to me. But, so Marsman? No, I have not actually ever thought about introducing Marsman as a character, but that's a good idea. I've actually been trying to think up some good characters to kind of introduce. Linkara's got some characters he introduces, and Spoonie has some characters he introduces. There's one other character I'm introducing. She's gonna come into play in this next Translation Terrors, but Marsman would be pretty good to introduce. I'd have to like have my hair back so that my long hair is totally not seeable, and then I don't really have the makeup to do a 5 o'clock shadow. Oh man, have I seriously hit 9 minutes already? Let me see if I can reach another question before this runs out. So now I had 2 video responses. One video response was from NeoDef90, who has done responses to me before. Good to hear from you again. He asks, since people's usernames are often just as interesting as the person using them, I'm wondering, where did MarzGurl come from? It came from my love of Marvin the Martian. Plain and simple. I don't know if I have time to continue the story. 3,